In the 24 years of my existence, anime has been the source of a lot of love and hate. Now, going into the underground scene, it's aired more on the side of love, thank goodness, because coming into a project like this, there aren't that many projects to reflect on that have moments of anime as a matter of seaming from one scene to another, or at least lacing together the concept for the album. And there aren't that many times where an artist would inform me on their music. Normally, I'm very hip to the jive, as an old saying goes, and I know about people that are dropping music. And if I find out about something, then I find out about it, I let them know when I end up putting the review out on social media, and so on and so forth. But Frank had informed me about this project, and I was not obligated in the slightest to review this. I wanted to review this. And it's solely for the purpose of when I started listening to it, it was totally different than the What We Are project that I reviewed last week. And I enjoyed this for the sole fact that it shows more of an introspective moment. Not that many albums can fit in the idea of anime and introspective lyricism, because there's something that had to have happened in Frank's life for him to sit down and think about this project and say, I need to do something about what's going on. I need to say what is on my mind. I need to speak, and in turn, this might end up helping people. Now, I have talked about this on the channel before, where an album or a song or something of the sort can help a person and build them up to make them a better being. And that's all fine and dandy, but you need the uniformity of a regular project. And when I say regular, I mean something that has been made by everybody, not just one sole rapper or another rapper. Because there are so many people out there that have very introspective albums, like Forever's a Mighty Long Time. That was the very first review that I have ever done. And there's a song about money, there's a song about love, there's a song about shaking ass. There's everything on that album. And that album still is one of my favorites. And then you have albums like Haunted Gardens, where it's just an introspective moment for Sadistic to reflect upon the impact of his father's passing and just how he overcomes his own narcissism on a daily basis and just the darkness that quivers over top of him and could topple over at any given moment. Now, this starts off with one of the lead characters. If you're not familiar with Full Metal Alchemist, I would suggest you at least try to look into it. It's a very, very powerful series about the familial bond between Al and Ed Elric. They are two very well-written characters. In the original anime, I really enjoyed it, but apparently Brotherhood is the better of the two. You can make your own decision with that. I have not seen Brotherhood, so I can't really tell. Nevertheless, it begins with a scene with Al, and he is protecting someone from dying, and he says, I'm tired of seeing people die. I know I can stop this. It's just, the moment that that scene happened, that's when I knew that this wasn't just a regular hip-hop project. Going into it, there's production from people that I've never heard of before. Sith, Ivy Play, did not know that there was going to be wildcard production on here at all, and then Drew the Architect. So it's nice to see that there is a variation, but there's more to it than just that. When you create an album, you want it to touch people in a way that you never thought you could. So, Frank, I understand where you're coming from. Now, do I know what you deal with on a daily basis, which is what made you make this project? No, I don't. But I can only hope that the moment that you had that hit you so hard to create this project, I hope it continues to drive you in the positive direction that you are, at least recently with your music from what I've been listening to. It's so nice to see someone that wants to at least make themselves and make their listeners better people. It's not that often that that happens. I've recently talked about how Lil Pump literally cares nothing about his fans and basically gives ignorant white rap fans the card to say the N-word at his concerts, which is basically what it is, because apparently he thinks no one's done more than he's ever done for hip-hop by the age of 18, which he's done nothing. But, Frank, if you channel the good that you want to do, we all know that you can do something great. And if you work with the people that you're working with now, Scalpel Boys, myself, Goon, so on and so forth, we can all make the hip-hop world a better place. We can make the underground scene one of the most beautiful places that it could ever turn into. And I can't wait to see what you come up with in the future. And that's all I have to say on this record. I don't have an album to review next week, so if you guys have any recommendations, leave them in the comments. Message me, at me on Twitter, talk to me on Facebook if you know me on Facebook. It doesn't matter. Let me know. I'm more than willing to listen to people because I need to find more underground rappers. I need to find more underground artists because it's a never-ending cesspool of nothing. And if you give me people that stand out, I'll listen to them. And that's all I have to say. Enjoy your weekend. Stay selfish. Peace.